Please open Bhuliya Tumhare Samsare Ashiya. Did we sing this in our these sessions? Okay. Welcome to the Friday evening sessions. Exclusive sessions for wonderful devotees. Let's start. भूलिया तुम्हारे संसार आशिया पे नाना भेद व्याथा भूलिया तुम्हारे संसार आशिया पे नाना भेद व्याथा तुम्हारा चरण आशिया बोले दो फिर कथा आशिया जननी जठरे शिलमा जठोरा विषम बंधन पाशे जननी जठरे शिलम जठोरा विषम बंधन पाशे एक बार प्रभु देखा दिया मोरे वांछिले दिन दासे तखन भरी जन्म करिब भजन तब जन्म होइलो कोड़ी माया जारे ना होइलो ज्ञान लवा आदरे रखे भजन रखो हासिया काटनु काल जनक जननी स्नेह ते भूलिया संसार लागिलो भालो क्रमे दिन दीन बालक वेलिनो बालक सह आर किछु दीने ज्ञान bajilo, patha podi ahar ahar. Vidyara gaurave bhami deshe deshe, dhana uparjana kori. Bhajana palana kori ekamane, bhulino tomare hari. Badhake khona bhakti dimana, kandiya katara ati. Na bhajiya tole dina vrata gelo, eko na kira vegati. Na bhajiya tole dina vrata gelo, eko na kira vegati. भूलिया तुम्हारे संसारे आशीष, पेना न वेगा था। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone a bit louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once again, a bit louder, calling from the heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Once again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Gaurani Mai, Jai Gaurani Mai, Gaurani Mai, Jai Gaurani Mai. Jai Gaurani Mai, Jai Gaurani Mai, Gaurani Mai, Jai Gaurani Mai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर की जय। This is a very wonderful song, so we'll discuss the song also and then we'll get into Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Danita Shri Vishakam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yatkripatam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So for next 2 Fridays we'll not be having our sessions because I'll be enjoying Navadvip Mayapur. So I'll be a bit free there. So to compensate that, so we'll have class till 12 o'clock today. ठीक है ना सर बोलिए हाँ Oh, Gudakesh.
Today 2 hours, tomorrow 2 hours.
Oh, like that. Anyways, I'm not Shukadev Goswami and you're not Parikshit. So we'll just have a short class as we have always. So until 9:30 we'll have. Okay, so we will discuss the song first. Okay, let me see if the Bhagavatam shloka resonates with the song. Today I was thinking that I'll prepare for the class and then give 20 minutes ahead. Then suddenly someone came that went off. Okay, we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 9. Prahalad pacifies. Reduce the volume. Prahalad pacifies Lord Narasimhadev with prayers. And we are at text 19. So here Prahalad Maharaj is saying, oh, I think 19 is done. Text 20. My dear Lord, everyone in this material world is under the modes of material nature. Being influenced by goodness, passion, and ignorance, everyone from the greatest personality, Lord Brahma, down to the smallest ant, works under the influence of these modes. Therefore, everyone in this material world is influenced by your energy. The cause for which they work, the place where they work, the time when they work, the matter due to which they work, the goal of life they have considered final, and the process of obtaining this goal, all are nothing but manifestations of your energy. Indeed, since the energy and energetic are identical, all of them are but manifestations of you. Whether one thinks himself protected by his parents, by the government, by some place, or by some other cause, everything is due to the various potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything that is done, whether in the higher, middle, or lower planetary systems, is due to the supervision or control of the Supreme Lord. It is therefore said, Karmana Daiva Netrena Jantur Deha Upapattaye. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul, within the core of everyone's heart, gives inspirations for action according to one's mentality. All of these mentalities are merely facilities given by Krishna to the person acting. Bhagavad Gita therefore says, Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Everyone works according to the inspiration given by the Super Soul. Because everyone has a different goal of life, everyone acts differently. Everyone acts differently as guided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The words Yasmin Yatho Yarhi Yena Cha Yasya Yasmat indicate that all the activities, whatever they may be, are but different features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All of them are created by the living entity and fulfilled by the mercy of the Lord. Although all such activities are non-different from the Lord nonetheless directs Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Give up all other duties and surrender unto me. When we accept this direction from the Lord, we can actually become happy. As long as we work according to our material senses, we are in material life. But as soon as we act according to the real transcendental direction of the Lord, our position is spiritual. The activities of bhakti, devotional service, are directly under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Narada Pancharatra says, Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchate. When one gives up materially designated positions and works directly under the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's spiritual life is revived. This is described as Swarupena avastitihi, being situated in one's original constitutional position. This is the real description of mukti or liberation from material bondage. So here, Prahalad Maharaj is now offering prayers to the Lord and he's glorifying the Lord. So normally, whenever this glorification happens of the Lord, so one thing which we'll find is the personality is glorifying will always say that you are above three modes of material nature. And all the living entities are under the three modes of material nature. This we'll find always. And this understanding is very important because we, under the three modes of material nature, are always an illusion. And the Lord is above the three modes of material nature, so he can never be an illusion. Why this point is so important? Because Mayavadis, they say that we are God, but now we are an illusion. So how can God or Krishna be an illusion? So this is the point that we need to understand. When someone says I'm God, but I'm an illusion, so illusion is greater than God then. Because God and then above that is illusion. So illusion is greater than God, so illusion is God. So you are not. So the point that, which is made again and again is to make us realize that how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is above three modes of material nature and he is the one who can actually protect us. He is the one who can actually give us shelter. Now the question is that how are we in illusion? And yes, we know that, but still, we can discuss. So every now and then, as Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question by Yakshas, they asked this question, what is the most wonderful Yamaraj? So anyway, someone asked Yudhishthira Maharaj that what is the most surprising thing in this world? And Yudhishthira Maharaj says, how does the shloka start? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam. So he's saying that every now and then people are dying, and where are they going? To Yamalayam. No, this question will not be asked by Yamaraj because he's talking about Yamalayam. He could have said to your abode. Yaksha puchta hai na? So it is said Navy C, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So it is seen, people know this very well, that how every now and then people are dying. And but still, people have this, and they put the board, they write Swargavas. That person might be a murderer. And still they'll put Swargavasi. I mean, in Kannada, this? Okay. Vaikunta Samaradham. Means, you can imagine how much guts people have. Full life eating meat, alcohol, woman hunting and gambling, and doing all sorts of nonsense and crime, but still people have that thing that is. When Ravana died, and Lord Ramchandra was killed, Ramchandra killed Ravan. So at that time, all the wives of Ravan, they came around. So Ravan had many wives. When Hanuman went in search of Sita, to Lanka, at that time he entered the palace of Ravan. There were many palaces, all the golden palaces. So when he entered that palace, at that time, Hanuman, he was like, where have I come? Because there were all nude females around, so many. And Ravan was there in between and snoring and he's sleeping. And so many females hugging and they're sleeping. And there's so many other females are sleeping down on the floor. And all of them are drunk. And Hanuman is searching. Where is Sita? Where is Sita? And then after searching, he could make out there's no Sita here. Then he came out and then he realized, what did I do? I'm a brahmachari. I entered such a place. Taking a tangent, since Hanuman had a very, very important mission and he was working for the mission, he was not affected by even such a scene, in that palace. So it's a lesson for all of us. If we are focused in our devotional service, if we are focused in our daily practice, if we are focused on the mission of Srila Prabhupada, we will not be affected by anything of this world, including the lusty desires. But then if you are not focused, then we'll be part of that particular company that is there, its association. So why did I make this point? So he had many wives, and all of them, when he died, they came, and all of them, they started crying, and they said, "Oh Ravan, you were so sinful. You're so sinful that there is no other destination for you other than hell." They're crying like that. We told you, give away Sita. We told you, but you didn't listen. Now, the only destination that you have is hell. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is people are in so much of illusion. So many people are dying every now and then, but still people are in illusion, then I will not die. And then we have plans. After 5 years, what I'm going to do. After 10 years, what I'm going to do. People have plans of retirement also. I really wonder. Even after COVID, people are trying to retire, planning that some retirement will be there. Okay, planning should be there, obviously. We also tell devotees to plan. But still, this illusion is always there that I'm going to live long. If we ask that how long will you live, then people will say, see, I'm just now 30 and then maybe another 30 years. About 30 seconds are you going to live? You have full confidence that you're going to live for another 30 seconds. There are people who have died. Recently when I had gone to one program, so one boy had not come. So I asked, what happened? He is not there. School going, 8th standard or something. So I asked his father, where is he? So he said that his best friend got a stroke and he died. Stroke. And he died. This is like too much of thing to digest. And I was thinking, yes. Even Prabhupada Saraswati Path, he writes in Vrindavan Mahimamrita. Before in my initial days, I would read. Anyway, it's not recommended to read, but no one told me, so I was reading. So in that, Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur writes, even infants die after taking birth, even babies die in the womb itself. With what audacity are you living still outside Vrindavan? Run to Vrindavan. He's given instruction. Basically, he's talking about becoming serious in spiritual life. So it's a great illusion that people have that I'll live for long. It's a great illusion that everything will go according to my plan. It's a great illusion that this place, I'll become happy. But even after knowing, see, we devotees, we know all this. I'm not speaking something new. Correct? No. What is new in this? Is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, in this sukha cannot be there. But still, there's always a craving in the heart. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. And everyone keeps searching for that. Even devotees for that matter. Yes. When I say devotee, I'm just talking about you people and myself. New mobile, we are happy, very nice. Have you seen that? Anything that you get new, there is some happiness that comes. Or when you're going to get something new, we get that happiness. I'm going to buy something new. Even a new dhoti kurta, if someone gets like white and white, full white, for first 2-3 times it will be white. So this is the point, to think about that how naturally we have the craving to be happy. But the illusion is what? Illusion is I will get that happiness in this world. That is the illusion. Here it is very clearly said that how Lord is doing everything. He is that person who does everything. See, there is no one else apart from the Lord who does anything. Can we put mats for you? So this is a very important thing to know, that Lord is the one who does everything, but still we have that audacity to think that, that person did it for me, this person did it for me. And it's sometimes very humorous after coming to devotional service, when we hear that I'm in problem and someone came to help me. He's God. Yes. People are there like that. मैं एकदम problem में फंसा था और वो आके बचा लिया, वो actually भगवान है. वो भगवान नहीं है. वो भगवान का सिर्फ एक अंश है बस. He's just the energy of the Lord. Then we can explain. So there are three energies of the Lord. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti. So जो अभी आपको बचा है वो है तटस्थ शक्ति. So it's everything is managed by the Lord through his energies. This is the point that we need to understand. See, when we understand these deeper aspects of Krishna consciousness, then we'll actually understand how much the Lord does for each and every living entity. And then we will understand also that how much we betray the Lord every now and then in every lifetime. So today's song that we read, I would like to explain that. A very nice song. Every verse is a tight slap on our face. Sort. You can open. Bhuliya tumhare. So Bhuliya tumhare samsare ashiya pe nana veda vyatha. Tumhara charane ashiya chiyami bolibo dukhera katha. So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that forgetting you, O Lord, I have come here. This is only one reason why we are there in this material world. Forgetfulness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have forgotten the Lord, we have forgotten whom we are, we have forgotten what is our relationship with the Lord. So we have come here. And only because of this forgetfulness, the living entity is going through suffering. That's what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasa sthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. He's saying karshati, these, all of them are suffering so much. Why? Because they're stuck in this body with the senses and the mind. But they are my ansha. They are Sachidananda Vigraha. They are also full of bliss, full of knowledge and eternal. But still they're suffering. Why? Because they're stuck. And here he's saying, now I've come to your lotus feet. Tumhara charane ashiya chiyami boli bodukhyara katha. I've come here to tell you the sad story of my life. Oh Lord, please hear. What is a sad story? Yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what is the sad story of the lives of devotees? He's not talking about himself, he's talking about us. He says, Janani jathare chilama jakhona bishama bandhana pashe ekabara prabhu dekha diya more vanchila ei dina dase. He's saying Janani jathare. So we were stuck in the womb of the mother. Not once, not twice. Millions and millions of times, we cannot calculate also. So in one of the lectures I was hearing that the number of births that we have taken and the number of relatives that we had are much, much greater than the number of sand particles in the river Ganga. How's that? But still, what to do? We don't realize. Well, sometimes people ask this question, Prabhuji, ye sab to hai, par kisne dekha hai ye sab? This is the question, kisne dekha hai ye sab? Yes. So actually, our spiritual life starts from the point of having faith in the Shastra. If the faith is not there in Shastra, then forget it. Spiritual life cannot start. Because every time this question will be there, Kisne kaha? Then we'll say, Shastra mein diya, Kisne likha hai? Vyasdev ne likha hai. Kaun hai Vyasdev? Krishna hai. Kisko pata? How can we answer this question? Kisko pata? Kisne dekha hai? So one of my professor, when I was trying to preach to him, so I was telling him that Shastras are ultimate, Vedic scriptures are ultimate. And he said, why? I said, Vyasadeva has written. So Vyasadeva might be a mortal being like us. No, I said, he's an incarnation of Krishna. He's completely spiritual. Then he said, oh, who knows? Completely spiritual means what? How a completely spiritual person looks. I have never seen. So I don't think it exists. So spiritual life cannot start. This is what is the point. So here it is said that how many, many lifetimes we have taken and we have got stuck in the womb of the mother. And we struggled a lot. And at that time, for the pious living entities, they have offered prayers to the Lord. And for those pious living entities, the most pious ones, Lord has appeared. And here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Ekabara Prabhu dekha diya more vanchila ei dina dase. One time you gave me darshan and you disappeared. Oh Lord, you disappeared. But I got darshan, but you disappeared. And then he says, Thakona bhavinu janama paya koribo bhajana tava janama hoilo podi maya jale na hoilo jnana lava. So he's saying that I gave a vow to you. See, every living entity has this duty, responsibility. See, bhakti is not optional. Please understand. Bhakti is mandatory. Why? And what is bhakti? Bhakti means Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are his servants, we are his part and parcel. Everything belongs to Krishna. We have to use that in service of Krishna. Now, there is nothing apart from this that we have in this world. So in general, everyone should serve Krishna. There is no question of not serving Krishna. There is no option. Option A was to serve Krishna. Option B, don't serve Krishna. There is no option B. It's only option A that is there. That's the mandatory thing that is there. So all of us, we have taken this vow to serve Krishna. We are the servants of Krishna. But then here it is said that as soon as I took birth, oh Lord, please hear me. As soon as I took birth, what happened? All the relatives, they came. And all of them, they showered their Lord of love. Kuchiku! Look at him. Oh, his eyes are so beautiful. He's like mother and nose like father and lips are like the neighbor. So, sorry. So the point is, they will come and then so much of love they will shower. And here it is said that Janama hoilo podi maya jale na hoilo jnana lava. As soon as I took birth, I fell in illusion. Illusory energy of the Lord took over me. And what happened? He's saying, na hoilo jnana lava. I didn't have even a bit of tinge of knowledge. Can you imagine that? That's what has happened to all of us. Like before coming to our whatever courses we had, the Gita class and this and that, whatever you attended the first session. So many times, devotees have told, and I think we've also experienced, that when we hear anything spiritual for the first time in our life, whatever we have heard, it was an eye-opener. Arey haan, aisa bhi hota hai. But then before that, it was full of ignorance. That's what he's telling. Na hoilo jnana lava. Adarera chele swajanera kole hasiya katanu kala janaka janani snehete bhuliya samsara lagilo bhalo. So this world is called as dukkhalayam ashashvatam. How did we start feeling it as sukhalayam? It all started from the birth. How? Here it is said that when we took birth, then we were passed from one lap to another of different relatives. Then mother, she fed her breast milk to us and took care of us so nicely. And then father took care of us so nicely. And by their love and affection, we started feeling such a wonderful place this is. And we forgot. We forgot what? We forgot our duty towards Krishna. That's how it is. And then he says, Krame dina dina balaka hoya belinu balaka saha. And then we grew. We became kids, boys. Boyhood started. Only thing in boyhood that we had was playing, and nothing was there in life apart from that. We don't want to eat also. We don't want to sleep also. Playing. That's what we did. We wasted our life like that. And then, Ara kichu dine jana jnana upajilo patha podi ahar aha. And then we started going to school, college, and then we started learning our lessons of life. Vidyara gaurave brahmi deshe deshe dhana uparjana kori. And then after getting knowledge or whatever, when we became so-called mature people, what did we start doing? We left our homes and then we started going to different places. For what? Brahmi deshe deshe, going to different places, one place to another. For what? Dhana uparjana kori, to earn money. How wonderful, no? Bhaktivinoda Thakur knew what is going to happen with IT people. One place to another, and keep earning money. Swajana palana kori ekamane bholinu tumhare hari. And while earning money, I was so focused, one-pointed focus. Vyavasaya atmika buddhihi, one-pointed focus, while taking care of my people, my family members. And when I was busy doing this, oh Hari, you know what happened? I forgot you. Bholinu tumhare hari. And then finally, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Bhardake ekona bhakati vinoda kandiya katara ati nabhaji atore dina bhrita gelo ekona ki habe gati. Now he's saying that now I become old. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, in place of us, he's telling all this. Now he's telling, I have become old now. And oh Lord, I'm crying. Kandiya, I'm crying. And what is the guilt that I have now? What is the guilt feeling that I have? That I failed to worship you. I failed to worship you. I couldn't worship you enough. Now what will happen to me? Abhi kya hoga tera, Kaliya? What will happen to you now? So this is the point that all of us have to understand. That now, see, we all are devotees. You accept or you don't accept? You are. Because We are there in devotee association chanting the holy names. So once this question was asked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a devotee? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, anyone who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra once is a devotee. Then another time the same question was asked, who is a devotee? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave second answer, elevated 1 second. Who always chants Hare Krishna is devotee. Third time this question was asked, who is a devotee? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, seeing whom others chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that person is a devotee. So all the three categories are there. So we chant Hare Krishna. So we are devotees or practicing devotees. Now see, we have heard so many classes and we are doing so many things, services, this and that. But then if you have not worshipped Krishna enough, so worship means what? Worship is like, you give your life and soul for the service of that personality. That is worship. So that's what we have to do. Consciously, now we have to put efforts to worship the Lord through Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. Kaya is body, Vacha means speech, Manasa is mind. At all three levels, body, speech and mind, we have to worship Krishna. We have to engage them in service of the Lord. So when we don't do that now, and when we don't become fully Krishna conscious, see, Prabhupada uses this word, fully Krishna conscious. Always thinking about Krishna, always chanting, always engaged in service. These are different versions, which Prabhupada writes in the book, purports. So when we are not doing this, and when we'll become senior, anyways we'll become senior. And when we'll become senior devotee, and when we are at the time, we are on the verge of death, on the deathbed, this is what will happen. I wasted my entire life, I didn't do bhakti properly. Because if I've done bhakti properly, then on the deathbed, I'll be so blissful because I'll be taking darshan of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in their eternal pastimes. That's what is the stage that we have to reach. And it will happen. Anyone who is sincere, Krishna will shower the mercy towards the end of life, no doubt about that. So we are on the deathbed, and then all tubes are there in our body here and there, some in going to the private parts also, yes, to remove the excreta. Here, because mouth anyways we cannot eat. So in that state, to remain blissful and peaceful and happy, only very fortunate people can do that. And who are those fortunate people? Only devotees who have practiced enough in their life. As Narottam Das Thakur also says, that Janiya Shunya Vishakhaino, that knowingly I have drunk poison. I am not worship Radha and Krishna. Knowingly I have drunk poison. Why? Because I am an illusion. All the time I am an illusion. That yes, what I am doing, this is what is life all about. This is what is life all about. And everyone around us, they'll keep telling us, yes, this is what is it. Yes, go for it. Do this, do that. Especially your boss will tell all this. So whenever people speak like that, you tell, don't put me in illusion. Anyways, devotees are not affected because devotees are working for Krishna. So they will not be affected. But then, since we are still practicing devotees, so when we are there in such places which are illusory, we will be in illusion for sure, thinking, yes, this is it, yahi karna hai, yahi hai life, aapko bachani hai life mein karne ke liye. And literally, one-pointed focus. Have you seen the horse? They'll put like this, on two sides, so that they don't look here and there. So we are like that. And आगे क्या दिख रहा है? बस जो job करना है, जहाँ पैसा मिलेगा, वही दिख रहा है. That's what is seen. And that's how we are. But the important thing is there's much more thing that has to be done in this life. Human life is not given for only this. And human life is given for something greater. But what to do? We are in illusion. Because of that, all these things are happening. So it's a very important thing that when we're practicing devotional service, we have to pray to the Lord that, see, Maya Shakti is yours. I surrender unto you, Lord. Mam eva ye prapadyante. I surrender unto you. Mayam etam tarandite. Please deliver me from this cycle, or this Bhavasagara, or this illusory potency of yours. What is the difference between a neophyte devotee like us and a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada? The difference is we are always under illusion, and Srila Prabhupada is always above illusory potency of the Lord. That is the difference. And that's how they are able to see things clearly. Tattva Darshinaha. 4th chapter, 34th sloka, last line. Tattva Darshinaha. So what is Tattva Darshi? They have seen the truth. Means what? They are above illusory potency of the Lord. They are above the three modes of material nature. They are in the mode of Shuddha Sattva. That's what it means. So in this way, we have to understand this point that we are in illusion, but then by the practice of devotional service, we can go above the three modes of material nature. See, I'm sure all of us have this experience one or the other time when we're chanting the holy names. Sometimes the rounds will be very nice. At that time, we are actually above three modes of material nature for that particular moment. But then, once we stop, Start thinking about various things, we are back. We're back to normal. Or should I say back to abnormal? Normal state is our constitutional position, servant of Krishna. And abnormal thing is what? I am boss, I am the master, I am Prabhu. And after some time, G is also in it. So here it is said that Krishna is the one. Okay, I'll read from it. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul within the core of everyone's heart, gives inspirations for action according to one's mentality. All of these mentalities are merely facilities given by Krishna to the person acting. Now, if the question is that Krishna says, Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha, Krishna gives us knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So, on what basis will Krishna give this? Based on our desire. Now, we have to be very clear what are we desiring. I think yesterday I was giving Bhagavatam class, so I was telling this, that we need to have that self-introspection. What am I desiring? What are the different things that I desire in life? We should be very, very clear about it. And when we're desiring something nonsense of this world, we have to tell Krishna that this is not my desire. My desire is only to attain you. I just want you. That's it. I don't want anything else apart from this. The core desire that I have, Krishna, is to attain you. To attain you. That is what is my desire. And whatever other desires that I'm getting. And so whatever nonsense desires we'll get to know. That I want promotion, I want this, I want that, I want money. In devotee association, I want this position, I want these many people, or whatever it is. So when all these desires come, we have to offer this prayer, Krishna, I don't want all this. I don't want. My core desire is this, that I want to attain you. And if my core desire is this, oh Krishna, I beg you that please give me your remembrance and make me forget everything else in this life, in this world. Make me forget everything else. Especially while chanting is very, very important. That please help me to remember you. Sometimes subconsciously we go around the entire world and come back and we realize round is over. Because we have to offer this prayer. It's very important that I want to remember you because you are my Lord. I don't want to be a prostitute remembering someone else. You are my Swami. So I want to remember you. So please help me. It all depends. What is the mood of a devotee? What is the devotee aspiring for? Sometimes what happens is even after speaking so much, we don't realize only, okay, I'm supposed to aspire for something great like attaining Krishna. We are still busy making our plans. So important thing that we have to meditate on is this, that I'm an illusion and I will get many, many desires because of three modes of material nature. But then what is my core desire? And my core desire is attaining Krishna. And if that is the core desire, what should be my prayer? My prayer should be remembrance of Krishna. Please engage me in your service. Please give me your remembrance. Please give me your knowledge. And if Krishna is pleased with us, then surely Krishna will give his remembrance. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10 chapter, shloka number 11, Tesham evanu kampartham aham ajnana jamtamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. So Krishna is saying, if I'm pleased with my devotee as a special favor, what do? I lit the lamp of knowledge in the heart of the devotee and remove the darkness of ignorance that is there. And another special mercy that Krishna gives is he takes away everything. That's a very special mercy. Only few people get it. Sir, chahiye aapko ye mercy? Yes. Let's go to the next shloka. Shloka number 21. O Lord, O Supreme Eternal, by expanding your plenary portion, you have created the subtle bodies of the living entities through the agencies of your external energy, which is agitated by time. Thus, the mind entraps the living entity in unlimited varieties of desires to be fulfilled by the Vedic directions of Karma Kanda and the 16 elements. Who can get free from this entanglement unless he takes shelter at your lotus feet? Such an amazing shloka. If the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everything, where is the question of being liberated from the material engagement to spiritual blissful life? Indeed, it is a fact that Krishna is the source of everything, as we understand from Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. All the activities in both the spiritual and material world are certainly conducted by the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the agency of either the material or spiritual nature. As further confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Without the direction of Supreme Lord, material nature cannot do anything. It cannot act independently. Therefore, in the beginning, the living entity wanted to enjoy the material energy and to give the living entity all facility. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, created this material world and gave the living entity the facility to concoct different ideas and plans through the mind. These facilities offered by the Lord to the living entity constitute the 16 kinds of perverted support in terms of knowledge gathering senses, the working senses, the mind, and the 5 material elements. The wheel of repeated birth and death is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but to direct the bewildered living entity in the progress towards liberation according to varied stages of advancement. Different directions are given in the Vedas. Chandomayam. If one wants to be elevated to the higher planetary systems, he may follow the Vedic directions. See, many times, this frustration will be there that why this mind is like this? Now, why am I stuck here? Etc. etc. So one thing we have to understand is all this is there just to facilitate our desire. What was the desire? The desire was to enjoy without Krishna. All of us desire, no, like that. Swarapu? No. You'll go back home, bro. Please take me also. So innocent. So, see, this desire to enjoy without Krishna is always there in all of us. And what is the proof for that? Anytime we see anything, we want to enjoy that. Any food also. Even prasad also. As soon as we say, all right, gulab jam banaya, oh, a sweet rice banaya. And then that mood comes to enjoy that particular thing. It's not that, oh, now it's Krishna, let me serve Krishna by honoring prasadam. Have you noticed? When you're very hungry and you have taken a plate full of prasadam and it's like a feast prasadam, and the Maharaj says, I've seen devotees doing that. And sometimes right from prasadam hall itself, we start chanting Mahaprasad. Base only. So why? Because we have the natural tendency to enjoy. Naturally, it is there. But this natural is not natural. This is actually artificial. Our natural tendency is to serve Krishna. But then artificially something has become natural, and that is enjoying tendency. And only so that we can enjoy or feel that we are enjoying, we have got the 5 knowledge acquiring senses: eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and touch, skin. So these 5 knowledge acquiring senses, you see, these are the 5 senses which are used not to enjoy. You seen that? Noticed? 5 working senses: hands, legs, then speech, and genitals and rectum. This is what is used for enjoyment. So in this way, we understand that Krishna has given us all this only because we desired. We cannot blame Krishna. Many times, people blame Krishna. क्यों ऐसे बना? ऐसा body क्यों दिया मुझे? ऐसा तो क्या चाहिए? चार सिर चाहिए था ब्रह्मा जैसे. What did we desire? We wanted to enjoy without Krishna. Krishna said, okay, you want to enjoy, but you have to be in illusion for that. See, even illusory potency of the Lord is doing a service to Krishna and service to us also. Because we wanted to enjoy without Krishna, and since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we can never forget Krishna. That's a problem. We can never forget Krishna. So Lord created this illusory energy, or Lord's illusory energy manifested for what? To put us in illusion so that we forget Krishna. Because if we remember Krishna, we know that He is the master, then we cannot enjoy. We cannot take the position of master. So only when we are put in illusion, then at that time, we can become masters. At least to think like that. One husband was telling that I am the master of the house. And my wife gave permission for the same. Yes, that's what it is. So the situation is this, that we have been put in illusion because we wanted to be in illusion to forget Krishna. This is what was our thing. And Krishna gave everything that is needed. And Krishna gave us this mind also. Very, very important. Without mind, we cannot enjoy. So much of pleasure is there at the platform of mental level. So much of pleasure. Even before the pleasure comes at the gross platform, already in the mind, it's already enjoyed. I think day before yesterday, Gopi Prabhu got that plate for offering bhoga. And then he put ghee and then he kept it here. And then the smell of that was everywhere. Then I was telling him, then I went to him and I told, see, all no use of offerings. Anyways, it's offered to all these devotees. Because as soon as smell enters, the mind will start contemplating. Maybe today aloo is made, aloo smell is coming. Maybe this, maybe that. Isn't it? That's how it is. So at mental platform, so much of enjoyment is there. So much of enjoyment. Varied levels of enjoyment. And people enjoy a lot. And then when it becomes very, very firm, we get it on the gross platform also. So in this way, Lord has given all this only for our enjoyment. And we should be very grateful to the Lord that He's doing this for us. Because we desired something crap, and Lord is sanctioning that by giving us this body, giving us everything in this body, and putting us in illusion so that we can enjoy. So it's very important that we pray to the Lord now. Enough of enjoyment. Nahi karna bhi enjoyment aur. वैसे भी this is your trick. क्या enjoyment है यहाँ? ऐसे देती है ऐसा body एकदम शरीरा अविद्या जाल जड़न्द्रिय ताहे काल and जीवे फेले विषय सागरे. We are there in this body, and then all these senses are like Kal, that personified, and all these senses with this body is put into the ocean of sense objects. And in Bhagavatam class, it is said, don't do sense gratification. ये कैसी बात है एकदम? You are swimming in the ocean of sense objects, and you're told it's almost like you're in the water, and Bhagavatam speaker says, don't get wet. That's what is Bhagavatam class. But then that is possible only when Lord comes and when He helps us. See, understand the point I'm trying to make here is, Lord is ready to do anything for us. We desire to do sense gratification. He created this entire world. Can you imagine? Shashank Guru? Only for us this created this entire world. Only for us. 1/4 of Lord's creation is this material world. Only because we wanted to do sense gratification. Means Lord is ready to do anything. He created this entire place for us. And then He created this body. And He Himself is there in the heart to facilitate our sense gratification. He reminds us every now and then. He always keeps telling, Sharan, this is what is your desire. You forgot? Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. All of us. Every now and then, Paramatma will inspire us. This is what was your desire. Fulfill karna hai. Karna hai. And then we'll say, karna hai. And then Lord is like, okay, 3 modes of material nature. Chalo, act. Yes, get the things fulfilled. Get and execute whatever He wants. So if Lord is doing so much for us, tell me if a living entity tells the Lord, I want to be your servant eternally. I want to do your devotional service eternally. I want to come back to you. Why will not Lord fulfill that desire? He will. He has to. मतलब ऐसा डिजायर के सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करना है तो इतना पूरा दुनिया बना दिया. अगर ऐसे डिजायर करेंगे कि आपकी भक्ति करनी है तो why will He not help us? He will. He will help us. Then if we are not able to do it, it means what? We are not desiring properly. That's what it means. See, there is no problem with the Lord. He is doing everything that we desire. He facilitates everything that we want. And if we are not able to do devotional service intensely, it means we are not desiring properly. That's what it means. Very simple. Here Prabhupada says, as the Lord states in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitri Vrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhya Jinopi Mam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among demigods. Those who worship the ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. The real purpose of the Vedas is to direct one back home, back to Godhead. But the living entity, not knowing the real goal of his life, wants to go sometimes here and sometimes there and do sometimes this and sometimes that. In this way, he wanders throughout the entire universe, imprisoned in various species and thus engaging in various activities for which he must suffer the reactions. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Ji Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bij. The fallen conditioned living entity trapped by the external energy loiters in the material world, but if by good fortune he meets a bona fide representative of the Lord who gives him the seed of devotional service, and if he takes advantage of such a guru or representative of God, he receives the Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotional service. If he properly cultivates Krishna consciousness, he is then gradually elevated to the spiritual world. The ultimate conclusion is that one must surrender the principles of Bhakti Yoga, for then one will gradually attain liberation. No other method of liberation from material struggle is at all possible. Yes, we have been doing. Prabhupada writes nicely here. The living entity, not knowing the real goal of life, wants to go sometimes here, sometimes there. Sometimes do this, sometimes this, sometimes that. That's what we have been doing. Not understanding what is the goal of life, not having an intense desire to attain the goal. We are doing this, that. Yehi chal raha hai pure time. But if we as devotees understand what we have received and be grateful for the same and contemplate on this point what we have received, now we'll be able to do maximum from it. That's what is said here. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev. See, the word Bhagyavan is used here. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon is there. Everyone, every living entity is going from one place to another. In the entire Brahmanda, in the entire universe. From one planetary system to another planetary system. We are just moving. And it is said, Bhagyavan Jeev, that fortunate person, or a fortunate person, he comes in touch with a bona fide personality, a bona fide spiritual master. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bij. By their mercy, the Bhakti Lata Bij is given to us. I had this question. There was a intense philosophical discussion going on that only Guru gives this Bhakti Lata Bij. So my question was, anyone who comes to ISKCON, so we start chanting. So where is the Bhakti Lata? Where is the Bij? Who sowed the Bij in our heart? Tell me. Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada's organization, whoever comes, seed is sown and the beads are given through some devotee. And that particular person, he starts chanting, he becomes a devotee. So in this way, anyone who just enters an ISKCON temple, he's Bhagyavan. Naturally, the seed will be sown in his heart. Even if he does not want, we will sow it forcefully. That is what is preaching. We will do all the mechanisms possible. We'll have various things. We'll have the background music in mantra meditation. We'll have prasadam. We'll have offering of flowers. We'll have dancing kirtan. What do you like? You like singing? Okay, sing in kirtan. You like dancing? Dance in kirtan. Or you don't like both of it? You like to eat? Okay, eat. You want to sleep? Class is there for that. Everything will make it available. You just come. So in this way, what is preaching all about is a living entity is Bahirmukh. And we preachers, we know the living entity is Bahirmukh. And so this is called Bahirmukh. Krishna is here, he's Bahirmukh. And then we tell about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc. And the devotee is still, or the person is still Bahirmukh. He's like, no, I don't want all this. And the devotee holds him like, hey, go, go. That's what is preaching all about. So Bahirmukh Jeev, Bhoga Vancha Kare, the one who is doing sense gratification, being Bahirmukh, away from Krishna, facing away from Krishna, a preacher goes and he turns him forcefully. And that's what is our classes, Bhagavatam classes. Tight slap on the waist, sense gratification, start. And then sense gratification. That's what is Bhagavatam purpose all about. That's what is Prabhupada's lectures all about. All that is forcefully turning us towards Krishna. We don't want to turn towards Krishna. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम एकदम शुद्ध भक्त हैं, नित्य सिद्धास, we have come here to deliver people. Anyone here? Nothing in the room? So none of us, even the person sitting in saffron, none of us, we are not nitya siddhas, we are baddha jivas. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to save ourselves. Once one devotee was asking this question, Prabhuji, it is said, Bharata bhumite manushya janma hoilo jar, janma sarthaka kori kara paropakar. So Prabhuji, it is said, janma sarthaka kori, first perfect your life and then preach. But then we are not doing this, no? Have you perfected your life? Pranjay bro? Then you're giving class? We won't prove. Bada vyasan pe class de rahe.
For the pleasure of the devotees.
Pakka. It's a logical answer.
We got the service to do it.
We got the service. No, but then, see, this verse is very clear. Janma sarthaka kari kara paropakar. So first we have to do this only, then we have to do paropkar.
While doing the paropkar, we'll also tell them.
So are we doing paropkar first of all? This is my question. You think that we are doing paropkar?
We are doing upkar to ourselves.
Yes.
Actually, Prabhupada mentioned that we are defending ourselves only while preaching.
Yeah.
But the pure devotees are actually.
They are preaching. What do you think?
So the same point, I heard 2 points. One of that was yes, today only in Bhakti means I was doing that course. Prabhuji told a postman if you do, does his work properly, means Prabhupada in his example of a postman, a friend is there, he's posting $100 for his another friend through postman. Now postman if he takes money, postman should not take money and should not keep any money for him, but he has to transfer money. Though he is in false mentality, means in material mode of influence. If he does his work properly, then he is perfect.
So we are in that postman's job.
Means we might be in illusion, but if we do what is it is recommended for you, then it is perfect.
Okay. So yes. So the answer is this only, that we are not doing any paropkar. This is what is the thing. We just want to engage ourselves. That's it. Service of the Lord, that is a different question. That will come later. Now, as of now, we just want to engage in something in Krishna consciousness. Yes. Tell me, when you're doing service, you think that you're engaged in service of the Lord. Anyone, please raise your hand. As I ekdam like, oh, now I'm supposed to give class. Now Krishna will feel, great pleasure. Now I'm going to give class. Spiritual master will, feel a great pleasure. Let me give class for their pleasure. Or any service that we're doing, we are thinking, oh, I'm doing it for their pleasure. Nothing like that. कुछ तो करना है, खाली तो बैठ नहीं सकते, प्रसाद ऐसे खा नहीं सकते, कार्तिक प्रभु डांटेंगे कैसे? कुछ तो सेवा करना है. See, so this point is, as of now, our level is very, very low. What are we doing? We just want to engage our senses in activity which are related to Krishna. As of now, this mood has not come. I want to do it for the service of the Lord, for the service of devotees or something like that. I just want to engage myself. So there is no paropkar that is happening as of now. I have a tendency to speak, okay, I'll speak something Krishna conscious, by which I will remain Krishna conscious. And out of that, in the 100 people class, if someone takes it up, okay. So the point is this, that we are still doing Janma Sarthaka Kori only. We are not doing any Paropkar. Paropkar is done by Nitya Siddhas, by the great personalities. That is the point to understand. So whenever we are preaching, whenever devotees are made, then we have to understand, they have the Sukriti. That should be our mode. And the devotees who become the devotee, they should be indebted to that preacher. Prabhuji, because of you, I became a devotee. That is the mode. But a preacher who is there is like, you had the Sukriti, you came to ISKCON, Prabhupada showed mercy on you, and you became a devotee. I was just an instrument in the hands of the Lord. So this way, we are still on the path of Janma Sarthaka Kori. Now, we have not yet reached that platform where we can do Paropakar. Paropkar happens. Obviously, Paropkar is happening, but we are not doing it. That Lord is manifesting that. But we are just trying to engage ourselves, in the service of the Lord. And here, it is said, a very, very important point. Please make a note of this. Here it is said, if he properly cultivates Krishna consciousness, he is then gradually elevated to the spiritual world. Please understand this point. If we cultivate Krishna consciousness, it's not going to happen that one day suddenly a halo will come behind us. Nothing like that. It's gradual. It's a very gradual process. Slowly and steadily we'll be going above the three modes of material nature. This will happen steadily, slowly and steadily. And what are we supposed to do during this phase? Keep practicing bhakti, having three things in our practice. Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairyat. Utsaha, we should be enthusiastic in every situation. Nishchaya, always determined to practice bhakti. And Dhairya, patient. You have to be patient. That I will keep doing it because I've been told to do it. Even if results are not seen, still, we'll keep doing it. These three things, if we're able to do in devotional service, we can keep on doing it. And that's what Prabhupada is saying, that if he properly cultivates Krishna consciousness, he is then gradually elevated. So it will happen, gradually it will happen. So what is seen in our life is sincerity in our practice. We have to be enthusiastic. How to be enthusiastic? Stay with enthusiastic devotees. Enthusiastic devotees are those, कुछ भी हो जाए life में, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. they'll continue doing their devotional service with enthusiasm. And determination is like, let anything happen, let the entire world become topsy-turvy. I will still chant my rounds, I'll still read Bhagavatam, hear the Vani of pure souls like Prabhupada and others, and I'll preach. When the COVID happened, our devotees were ecstatic. Oh, now everyone is at home. Let's start online classes. They're least bothered who is dying and what is happening. And even when people were dying, they were like, geez, like no, people are dying. At least now people will become, other people are alive. At least now they'll become Krishna conscious. But devotee ulta hi chalta hai ekdam, duniya se hatke. And that's how devotee's mind works. So gradually things are going to happen. And in that entire process, if we are enthusiastic, and that will be possible when we are in the enthusiastic association of devotees, determined to continue practicing devotional service and have good patience, not expecting much immediately, we'll be able to sustain for a long time. And we can keep offering prayers to the Lord intensely. We can always self-introspect during this entire phase that what is my desire, and correct the desire if the desire is not proper. And keep offering prayers to the Lord that please fulfill my core desire and not these other desires which are coming because of three modes of material nature. Okay, I pause here. Any questions or comments?
Thank you, Brother. I have one question. When we try to self-introspect, so what is our desire, what is my desire? We don't understand what are the desires.
Whatever we are thinking at that time, like I want this will come. At this moment, I want this. That is the desire. Suddenly something will come. I want this.
But suppose I'm reading Bhagavatam and after that time I want to self-introspect.
You're a pure devotee. When you're reading Bhagavatam, for a few minutes, we are pure devotees. Ekdam Bhagavatam wala mood rahega ekdam. And once we associate with materialists, then we are pure materialists. That's how it happens. In the life of a sadhaka, it keeps moving like that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Project very beginning Prabhuji, you told about Bhaktivinoda Thakur Prabhuji. At one time we have given darshan to me. So Prabhuji was means Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj was talking about in womb or
womb. Like Parikshit Maharaj got darshan of Krishna, like that. Fortunate soul has also got darshan of Krishna in the womb.
Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj remembered that.
No, it's like great souls. Prabhupada writes, the great souls, they get darshan of the Lord in the womb. And the purport I was reading to third canto, Jantu prayers, there Prabhupada writes, fortunate souls or pious souls, they get the remembrance to offer prayers to the Lord. So those people.
One more question.
Just a minute, if anyone else has a question.
So this thing about desires, as we say, so when we are practicing devotion, like currently we are most of the times our mind is engaged in some service or some desires, something related to spirituality, but sometimes unavoidably also something agitating happens, like some video comes, some picture we see, means unavoidably, it's not like we are doing that. And that time, sometimes I've seen it become so intense for at least sometimes for a few minutes, sometimes for a few hours, sometimes for the entire night, that we are so much agitated, we forget, means I have seen myself, I forget that I'm a devotee or something, and those thoughts are like something very abominable things and things like that, until we come to the Mangal Aarti and then become some little bit.
Then you become devotee.
That sometimes I happen, and that time I imagine like whether I'm actually progressing or regressing these things.
Yeah. No, see, this is not something which is new. This is happening for everyone. It's not just for you. Everyone will go through this phase because the samskaras are like that. So they'll keep popping up every now and then. So we have to make this clear to the Lord, especially at least when we're in association devotees, when we are in a good mood, we can make it clear to the Lord that, oh Lord, this is not my desire. It is coming because of the past samskaras. Obviously, Lord knows all this, but then we are praying from our side. And because of the mode of passion and ignorance that I was into. So my desire is only this, that I want to attain you. See, Lord is a person. If you offer a proper prayer, Lord obviously understands our desire. So this is my core desire. My core desire is to attain you, Lord. I don't want anything else. And when all these things happen, we have to just tolerate. Always remember this. We're not supposed to react. We have to just tolerate. All the agitations that come, we have to just tolerate. I'm telling from my personal experience. You just tolerate, and if you tolerate for those whatever hours or whatever it is, or minutes or whatever, you will come victorious. But if you react at that particular point of time for any agitation of any sense of the body, then we will be prey to it. And then again the mind will tell, Kal to kiya tha, fir se kar. Again it will agitate, again it will go on. So we should tolerate. This is what is Tantikshasva. We should tolerate at that particular point of time. And again we'll come back. And that time also we can offer intense prayers to the Lord that please help me. Please help me. Aisa nahi, see, if the time we start enjoying that agitation, that is a problem. If you start enjoying the agitation, then it's a problem. But if you're not enjoying the agitation, or at least theoretically you're not supposed to enjoy, at least we can offer prayer at that time that I'm not supposed to do this. Fir bhi the mind will take over, but we have to tolerate. Many times it has happened to us. So that's what. By Lord's mercy, now things are peaceful in life. But then before it was like so much of agitation and this and that. But then when the agitation is there, so we have to do that. We have to calm ourselves.
Do you have more cooking? So, suppose if I'm feeling blissful, whether I'm sentimentally feeling blissful or whether it's how to differentiate.
Blissful while practicing bhakti? Whatever, the sentimental or whatever. We are feeling good, that is good. In this world, feeling good little bit also is good only while practicing bhakti. Because anything that, any bliss that we get while practicing bhakti, that's a motivation to go to the next level. So we shouldn't analyze too much, why it is coming, what is happening. That bliss will also go away, a little bit of bliss. Correct, no? So we shouldn't analyze too much.
So like whether if I'm in the right path or like some...
That you have to consult. Consult and ask. So this happens, am I on the right path or not?
So my question is regarding desire only. So like regarding self-introspection. So when at what time we should do it? Like when we are associating with some materialistic people, that time we need to do self-introspection or?
Because self-introspection matlab aisa hai ki you have got many desires. You know that you are hankering for something, and then when you have free time, when you think that what all things I was desiring, and then you'll understand these things I was desiring. Why did I get this desire? Because this triggered, this particular incident triggered. Vesa. So then we analyze these things. Okay, this was the thing. Because of these triggers, I got these desires. So that is the introspection, and then we avoid such things. Those triggers, whichever is coming, from wherever it is coming, we should avoid it completely. Like that.
How to keep our desires, our desire to intensely practice the devotional service, how to keep that consistent?
That's what's always we have to remind ourselves. So that's the service. See, it's not that I'm perfected soul, I'm sitting here and giving a class. So whenever I give class, I know myself that what I'm supposed to do. So like that, when we sit in the class, it's a reminder. So I keep telling always that please be attentive. Doesn't matter that how much sleepy you are. It doesn't matter how much tired you are. Today morning, yesterday we came late and then it was very late to sleep. And my Mangalarti Seva was there. Got up early. So some 3.5 hours rest. And then chanting was there, and after the Bhagavatam class was like adventure. It was like fighting with the sleep. Like I'm going down and then again. But the one thing I was observing is at least another endeavor that is there, it helps that something will go inside. Something will go inside. Something good will go inside. Right? So all these things are reminders for us. And see, it's not that we are insincere. No, we are sincere. We want to attain Krishna. Or else why at 9:30 we'll sit and hear a bald person? Yes. We can go and do whatever we want. Right? And since we are sincere, we have the desire that we want to progress on the path of bhakti, so we are there. So when we are sincere, things will happen. Right? It means when we are sincere and when we really want to do it, when we really want to be always intense in our devotional service, and when we get the reminder, again we are reminded, okay, I'm supposed to practice bhakti intensely. So at least for that particular few hours or few days we'll practice. Again we will go down. Again we take association. Again we come up. This is what a sadhaka is supposed to do. Intensity, our intensity is not going to be like this. It is not going to be an exponential wave. Nor is it going to be a straight line. It's always going to be sinusoidal. Achanak se you hear some a lecture on renunciation. Abhi to sab chhod chhad ke mein. And then after that again. नहीं सर छोड़ो यार छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है प्रभु जी बोले थे वो पहले वाले क्लास में बोले थे छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं and again it will go up fully renounce and again it will come down. So with time I was hearing this in class then it's like this. The wave is like this. So with time, the amplitude will go down. Finally, it will become straight. And then with time, it will become exponential. So as of now, we are having huge altitudes. So now at this particular time, now when we are going up, that's very nice. When we're going down, we have to have a reminder, and that reminder is regular Bhagavatam class. So it's very important to hear every single day. And you'll see that whatever problem you will be having, either the Bhagavatam speaker or Srila Prabhupada, someone will remind us. Have you experienced this? Everyone? Yes. Everyone has experienced this. And then that will be a reminder. And then we'll realize, then we'll come up again. And then again, the same wave goes ahead. So reminders are needed, this is what I would suggest. And a good association where we can get reminders. When everyone practices bhakti intensely, like in the morning chanting time, when we see devotees, all are chanting very nicely, like, oh, they're able to chant, even I should chant. At least through peer pressure, at least we'll chant nicely. So we need to have such association. So anyways, you people don't have any problem. You're in a good association only. So reminders are already there. So it will be possible. So we'll get that, desires. Again and again, we'll be reminded of the desire. Okay, my desire is to attain Krishna, to practice bhakti intensely. So we'll again rectify. If it is somewhere, if you're deviating, we'll rectify. We'll come back on track. The ones who have not spoken can share realization. The ones who are online can type. Yes.
So this point that Krishna is always he's always seeing what is our desire, and he's fulfilling our desire, whether it's material, it's material basically maybe. So he's fulfilling every desire. So why not, if we sincerely, intensely pray for the spiritual progress, why will he not fulfill it? And this point was very nice, that he's always ready to fulfill the desire. Why should not I make a prayer or intensely pray for spiritual progress?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Just think, this was a spontaneous point. I didn't prepare for any class. When I was reading this, I got this, that how the entire world he has created only for us because we desired. Too much it is. So why can't he fulfill our spiritual desires? He will. Only?
Reminder. मैंने 2 दिन पहले ही सुना था कि हमारा जैसा डिजायर रहता है तो ऐसा कृष्ण भगवान ने पूरा करते हैं। कल एक दिन मुझे आया तो मैंने बोल दिया कि हमारा जो भी डिजायर है भगवान पूरा करते हैं। तो बोले कि अगर मैं इसको मना करना है तो भगवान पूरा करेंगे, हाँ करेंगे, लेकिन नहीं आपको करना आपको ही पड़ेगा। पूरा करेंगे लेकिन उसका कर्म फल आपको करना पड़ेगा। तो फिर वही आपने रिमाइंडर कर दिया। और बोले कि जैसे कि हम जब भी इंटेंसली भगवान को प्रेयर करते हैं उसी टाइम ही हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी में हैं, नहीं तो माया करते हैं। दिन में अगर 5 मिनट्स भी हो रहा है, 5 मिनट्स हम लोग माया से दूर हैं, नहीं तो जब भी भूल जाते हैं तो माया करते हैं। कोई भी सर्विस कर रहे तो अगर इंटेंशन भगवान को नहीं तो माया करते हैं।
Yes, Sharan Bro.
I like the point that our spiritual life won't begin unless we have faith in the scriptures.
Yes. Associate with Shashank Prabhu. He has got full faith in scriptures.
This point that we are all practicing devotees, but still we are not able to do properly, means we are not desiring properly. So if we desire properly, we keep away from devotion.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Prabhuji, one of the point you told about Rama and Hanuman. We should be always engaged in the service of breaking the mode of Prabhupada. Then we will be protected from delusionary energies. Actually, we are basically, from birth only we are in illusion. Therefore, if you want, if we are not Nityasiddhas, therefore we have to be engaged in Prabhupada service and preach the mission of Krishna consciousness.
Yes, very nice. So online, Omkar Prabhu is saying we need to check what we are desiring for. Yogesh Prabhu is saying if we only focus on Krishna, we will not get affected by Maya. Very nice. Tejashwar Prabhu is saying even before enjoying in gross platform, the sense objects are enjoyed on a mental platform. And it's a lot of pleasure. So that time we should sincerely pray to Lord by rejecting the enjoyment simultaneously. Very nice. And Onkar Pro's second point is we should take association of sincere devotees to get strength. Jai. Thank you. Okay, so we want to meet now after 2 weeks. So please be intense in your devotional service. And the only thing that we have to always remind ourselves is, I am a person who is practicing devotee, so let me practice devotion. Let me not practice sense gratification, or let me not do sense gratification. So I am a devotee, let me do justice to at least this word devotee. Let me do justice to the clothes that I'm wearing, the tilak that we put. So why do we put all this? Not to show that we belong to this group. No, we put all this to remind ourselves. Whenever we go in front of the mirror, we say, Arey, I'm a devotee. At least I'm reminded at that time. So I'm very strict about this, about tilak, kanthi mala, dhoti kurta, because that reminds us. You might be feeling, why this person always catches me? What? Once I wear pant shirt, what is the problem? Nahi dhoya kapda, nahi dhoya, abhi kya kar sakte? Dho nahi dho, main to dho dunga tum log ko. Right? That is the reason I'm a bit strict about this, that one should be in Vaishnava attire as much as possible in the entire day. And when we are doing it, because I myself practice in my working days, as soon as I would come from office, the first thing that I would do is take bath and change to Vaishnava attire, put tilak, and then come for taking prasadam. And that would help me a lot. The consciousness which gets polluted, once you take bath, put tilak, and then come in the associated devotees, it changes. It helps. So that's the reason we keep telling about this again and again. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Granthad Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila